Welcome to the Best of the Rest 2018 World Cup, where we're going to use Football Manager 2018 to see how the best 32 ranked FIFA nations that didn't qualify for this summer's World Cup get on in a World Cup competition. So I went on the FIFA website to have a look at the most recent world rankings, which were released on the 7th of June, and I selected the 32 best teams that didn't qualify for the World Cup in Russia, and using the FM18 editor stuck them into the World Cup. So for example, the highest ranked team that didn't qualify for the World Cup is Chile, up in 9th place. We've also got Holland, the Netherlands, Wales, Italy, USA, Austria. There's some really good footballing nations that didn't qualify for the World Cup this summer. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on in a competition all by themselves without the big boys that actually qualified for the World Cup. I suspect Holland and Italy will do well. You'd expect them to do well considering they won't be up against all the other, Brazil, Germany, Spain, etc. But you never know, we might see a shock. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to do an Excel spreadsheet World Cup draw. Nothing too fancy, but we're going to draw the 32 nations into the 8 groups. And then after that, I'm going to simulate the World Cup 3 times. Because you know what your science teacher says, you have to do an experiment 3 times to make it as accurate as possible. So here we go then. On the left hand side, I've put together an Excel spreadsheet with all the teams, the 32 best teams that didn't make the World Cup. On the right hand side, we've got a random letter generator, which will generate the group for the nation as I go down. So Chile came out first in Group D. We've got Holland in Group H. Group B, we've got Wales. Group E, Italy. So next up is USA, which will be... I have to press the button a few times sometimes to actually get a fresh letter that we haven't already seen. But USA are going to go into Group F, with Austria going into Group A. Now, if you really enjoy this video, I'm happy to do a part 2 where I do this again with a separate World Cup draw and then simulate it 3 more times. But we'll see how this gets on first of all, see if you actually enjoy this video. But that's the seed. So as you can see, I seeded the teams. So the top 8 teams are seed 1, then the next 8 seed 2, the 8 after that are 3, and lastly, the last 8 are seeds 4. I'm not doing any rules where we can only have one European team in a group because that's not actually going to work with this. Or I haven't done anything like selecting only 16 European teams and 8 African teams and all of those rules. I've ignored them all. I've literally selected the 32 best teams and then gone from there. And we've just seeded them 1, 2, 3 and 4. So at the moment, we've got Venezuela in Group C, Group D, Paraguay, Group F, Republic of Ireland, Group H, Romania, Group 8, A now have Ukraine in there, so we've got 2 European teams in there. We might have an all-European group. That's quite feasible because there's obviously a lot of European teams. We've already got Slovakia and Turkey in the same group, Holland and Romania. And in Group B, we're going to have Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, which means Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to go into Group E. So what I'm going to say is 500 likes on today's video. I will do a part 2 with a fresh World Cup draw and 3 more simulations. Of course, today's video will be 3 simulations using these World Cup groups. I'm finding this really hard to predict. So far, it's looking like Italy could probably have a decent run. Chile as well. But they're all tough groups. A lot of the teams are quite similar in regards to ability. We might see a surprise. We might see Scotland win the World Cup or Montenegro or someone like that. That would be nice. Perhaps an African team has a chance of winning the World Cup because of this. We've actually got 2 African teams in the same group there, Ghana and Congo together. We've got an all-European group so far of G and H. In fact, Group E as well. So it just shows how many European teams actually are in this. Group D is Cameroon. Cameroon's gone with Chile and Paraguay. Who do you think's going to win the most out of these 3 then? I'm hoping there'll be 3 separate winners and we won't just see Italy or Holland win all 3. Burkina Faso, I've spelt that wrong. That's meant to be an A instead of an O at the end of Burkina. Norway. So Group H is an all-European group. Jamaica have gone into Group A. And we're going to have Slovenia in Group D. So they're the only European team in Group D. And then Group B is Albania. And Group E will have Bolivia. Group C, Ecuador. And lastly, Honduras will go into Group G. There we have it. Those are the groups. I'm going to put these into the World Cup using the FM18 editor and then go from there. So here we go then. This is the best of the rest World Cup laid out as they were drawn. So, like I said, I'm going to simulate the World Cup 3 times. We're going to have a look at each one to see who wins it. So this is a little bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting Czech Republic to win the World Cup. I wasn't expecting it to be a Czech Republic versus Bulgaria final, if I'm honest. No disrespect to them. But yeah, they've done really well to get to the final. And Czech Republic, or Czechia, is that what they're called these days, have managed to beat Bulgaria on penalties. Not the greatest final ever, let's be honest, but that's great. I'm pleased that we've seen a shock and it's not been predictable. I was expecting Italy to win it, or Holland, or Chile, but we've seen an unexpected team going on to win it. And in fact, third place has gone to an unexpected team, with Scotland beating Jamaica for third place. 2-1 in extra time. Stephen Fletcher and Matt Ritchie with the goals for Scotland. Rudolph Austin with the goal for Jamaica. 2 teams I wasn't expecting to get through to the semi-finals. Well, in fact, 4 teams got through to the semi-finals. I just wasn't expecting to go that far. And yeah, brilliant stuff. I'm putting together an Excel spreadsheet once again, which I'll show you at the end. But let's have a look to see how the groups panned out. In fact, I'll just quickly show. Golden Boot Award went to Immobile of Italy with 8 goals. And the Best Player of the Tournament award went to Dokul from Czech Republic. 7.76 average rating, which was actually less than his teammate managed, but he ended up getting the award for whatever reason. Best goalkeeper went to Andre Blake of Jamaica. Best young player went to Donis of Greece, 21-year-old. This is the dream team. Lots of Czech Republic players in there. Lots of Jamaica players in there. And the goal of the tournament was won by, Konoplyanka, the Ukrainian. Let's have a look at that, actually, before we have a look at the group stages. So Ukraine versus Austria would have been in the group stage. I was expecting Austria to do quite well, actually. Alaba and Altovic. Got some good players. I always forget how slow it is when you have to look at the goal of the tournament, but look at him go. Good run. Great finish, and that one goal of the tournament. So let's have a quick look at the groups and see how they panned out. Austria bottom of their group. Scotland and Jamaica obviously finished 3rd and 4th in the end, coming from the same group. That is a bit of a shock. I was kind of expecting it to be the other way around, really. Austria, Alaba was injured. That might be why. And then Altovic picked up a knock as well, so that could explain why they only picked up 1 point. Albania topped their group by winning all 3 games. I was thinking, well, considering Wales are quite high up the rankings, they did very well at Euro 2016. They've got Gareth Bale. You'd kind of expect Wales to get out of that group. It's not an easy group, that's for sure, but that's another one where I thought it probably would be the other way around. Congo have got some good players. Albania, I kind of expected to be bottom, but maybe I'm disrespecting them there. I think they do have some decent players. I've got the in-game editor installed so we can have a look at the current ability and potential ability. So they've got the Napoli right back, of course. They've got some decent players there, but they've done really well to win all 3 games. Hungary, the famous Hungary, of course, from the 1950s. They're nowhere near that standard anymore, unfortunately, but they have managed to top their group. This actually is like a 1950s group. Hungary, top of the group. We have 7 points. Ecuador also went through. Paraguay topped their group with Cameroon coming in second. Chile, that is a shock, not qualifying. Considering the quality they have in Vidal and Sanchez and the teamwork that they have and the tactics they tend to play, I was really expecting them to do a lot better than they managed. Why is there only 2 goalkeepers? That's strange. I did select all of the nations. I loaded all of the nations and all the players from that nationality. So I'm not entirely sure why they've only got 2 goalkeepers, because you actually have to have 3 goalkeepers. I suppose the World Cup's ended now, so I could have removed one of the goalkeepers, I suppose, by now. Yeah, Slovenia losing all 3 games as well. It's, considering they've got the incredible Oblak in goal. That's a little bit of a shock, I think. Italy topped their group easily, scoring 12 goals, with the eventual winners, Czech Republic, actually coming in second. They did lose their game against Italy 5-1. So Italy beat Czech Republic 5-1, but they still couldn't go on to win it because they lost against Greece in the second round. It's absolute thrashings in the group stage. Immobile, top goal scorer, only played 4 games. He obviously got hat-trick against Czech Republic, with Belotti getting 2. He got 2 against Ghana, and he scored 2 against Bosnia as well. Bolivia, sorry, and then Bosnia. And then against Greece, he did score, but it wasn't enough. That's amazing, really. What else happened? Burkina Faso, top of their group, with Greece coming in second. USA, failing, with Ireland in bottom place as well. Turkey topped their group with 9 points. Bulgaria coming in second. And Romania topping their group ahead of Holland. Holland actually went on to lose against Romania 1-0. So the second round then, we saw Jamaica beat Ghana. What a story for Jamaica, eh? Scotland beat Albania 2-0. Hungary beat Cameroon 2-0. Ecuador beat Paraguay 2-1 in a South American clash. Greece with that shock win over Italy. Not massively shocking. Greece do have some good players, of course. Czech Republic only just about scraped past Burkina Faso. An absolute classic World Cup game. Burkina Faso 3-1 down. Managed to turn it around, and it went to penalties. And Czech Republic were just too good for them. Turkey beat Holland 1-0, and Bulgaria beat Romania 2-1. So some big shocks in there. Quarterfinals, Jamaica beat Ecuador 2-1. Scotland thrashed Hungary 3-0. Snodgrass with a couple goals. Bulgaria beat Greece 2-1. And Czech Republic, easy win, 3-0 against 10-man Turkey. Before the semi-finals saw Czech Republic scrape past Jamaica on penalties. So they've been quite lucky. They've won 3 of their knockout rounds on penalties. So they've done very well with the pressure, with that pressurised situation. But they haven't been particularly convincing, really. Bulgaria beat Scotland. And then, of course, Scotland beat Jamaica. And Czech Republic beat Bulgaria. So let's move on to the second simulation. So this is what I was expecting to see. Italy winning the World Cup. And I thought USA could do quite well in this experiment. And they have. They've got to the final. But Italy were too much for them in the end, thanks to a goal from Gagliardini in the 94th minute. What a cruel way to lose the World Cup final. Altidore looks like he had a terrible game, 6.2 from him. USA only had 4 shots. 50-50 possession, but Italy created the opportunities. Let's have a look at the goal that won Italy the World Cup final then. For the 5th time, of course, it would be. In this strange sort of parallel universe where all the best teams in the world haven't actually qualified. But let's see. Belotti has been fantastic. Generally on all the simulations that I've done recently. Great goal from Gagliardini. I'm talking about the Italian experiment that I did a couple of days ago, where I simulated the real World Cup, but Italy replaced Sweden. Sweden had defeated Italy in the real life playoffs to qualify for the World Cup, of course. So go and check that video out if you're interested. But Belotti did score a lot of goals. He's a really good striker on the game. 3rd place playoff, Jamaica. Oh, get revenge against Scotland. Wow, this is strange. What are the chances of Scotland and Jamaica getting into the 3rd place playoff for a 2nd time in a row? Well, we've managed it. And 2 Browns up front with the goals. Brian Brown, what a name. Brian Brown, that's great. And Deshaun Brown to win 3rd place at the World Cup. What an achievement for Jamaica that is. Belotti was the Golden Boot winner, as you can see there, with 6 goals. But the Best Player award went to Pulisic, the 19-year-old American. 7.84 from him. Snodgrass, 2nd best player. Brad Guzan won the Best Goalkeeper. Best Young Player went to Pulisic, of course, because he's so young. Dream Team, we had a few Italians in there, a few Americans, and the Jamaican up front. Goal of the tournament, won by Jamaican. Let's have a look at that. Let's watch. 29 metres, apparently, the goal was scored from, and it was the right back who scored against Austria again. Austria seem to be on the receiving end of excellent goals. It's a free kick. Great strike off the crossbar. It's always nice to see a goal off the crossbar. So, Austria didn't qualify for the 2nd time in a row because Scotland and Jamaica, of course, went on very far in the tournament. So, yeah, Austria, 3 points. Ukraine, 3 points. I thought they would do quite well, but it's just not happened for them. Scotland did actually top the group without losing. Albania threw once again with Ghana. This is just a repeat, isn't it? Hungary went top of the group, but Northern Ireland went through this time with 5 points. Chile did qualify this time, 7 points without losing, alongside Cameroon. Italy and Czech Republic once again from Group E. USA and Greece. So USA comfortable winners this time. They beat Greece 2-0, Burkina Faso 4-0, and Ireland 3-0, who bottom of the group once again. Slovakia and Honduras with 4 points. Oh, every team got 4 points. And this time we saw Bulgaria, who went on to the final last time, finished bottom of the group with Turkey. in third. But that is an incredible group, that is. And then lastly, Holland's top of their group with Romania. Norway miss out once again, as does Montenegro. So in the second round, we saw Scotland defeat Ghana, Jamaica defeat Albania, Hungary win on penalties against Cameroon, Chile, great game against Northern Ireland, 3-2. Aranguiz with 2 penalties, a 92nd minute penalty to win it for them. Italy defeated Greece 2-1. That's revenge from last time. Of course, we're likely to see similar matchups because of the way the draw's done. Romania defeated Slovakia on penalties, and Holland got through to the quarterfinals after beating Honduras. Scotland, what a win against Chile on penalties. Jamaica beat Hungary 1-0. Italy beat Holland 3-0. Belotti with 2 goals, and Insigne missed penalty for Holland in the second minute. Chance to equalise as well after an early goal. And USA beat Romania thanks to a goal from Pulisic. And then in the semi-finals, we saw USA beat Scotland 1-0. Italy beat Jamaica 3-1. Oh, imagine if Jamaica had reached the final. That would have been amazing. And then, of course, Jamaica and Italy won the last 2 games. So the last simulation was won by Austria. After 2 very disappointing tournaments, they have done very well in this one, beating Ecuador in the final 2-1 in extra time. Goals from Sabitzer, a 92nd minute equaliser. Late goals in the World Cup final. David Alaba actually missed an early penalty, but Grigoric scored the winning goal in the 118th minute. Looks like a decent final, that, actually. We've seen 2 pretty boring ones previously. Third place playoff went to Czech Republic, beating Italy 1-0. So Czech Republic, the winners of the first one. Italy, the winners of the second simulation, reaching the semi-finals, but falling at the semi-final stage. Dokul managed to win the player of the tournament again, although Arnautovic was clearly the better player. Same number of goals, more assists, much better average rating, but for whatever reason, Dokul managed to win the best player award. Golden Boot was won by Immobile once again for the second time, 6 goals. Best goalkeeper went to the Ecuadorian, Alexander Dominguez. Best player we've seen, best young player was Pulisic again. This was the dream team, which involved a couple Austrians, a few Czech Republic players and Italians in there. And the goal of the tournament, scored by against Austria again. What is wrong with Austria? Let's have a look at this one then. So like I said, guys, 500 likes on today's video. I'll do a part 2 where we do 3 more simulations with a fresh World Cup draw. Something a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed that. Doing a little bit of a fun draw at the start to decide the outcome of this World Cup. But let's have a look at the group stage then, where Scotland topped their group again, but didn't go on to the semi-final this time. Austria were the team that managed to go all the way. Ghana and Albania went through from Group B. Wales have really failed, haven't they? In fact, have they failed every single time to qualify? I think so. Venezuela topped their group with Ecuador in second. And this time, Hungary, bottom of their group. It shows it's not always the same. I'm glad we've got 3 different winners. That's been 3 completely different finals, in fact, which has been pleasing. Chile did go through this time with Slovenia. Oh, we saw Chile go through in the second simulation as well. But Slovenia, for the first time, managed to go through. Czech Republic topped their group. But Italy managed to score 10 goals again. They seem to be prolific in front of goal in their group stage. Greece and USA went through from Group F with Ireland bottom of the group again. They have really failed miserably, haven't they? In fact, they've sacked their manager as a result. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Turkey and Honduras went through from Group G with 6 points each. Bulgaria, finalists in the first one, have failed to qualify in the second and third one. And then Montenegro and Romania. Oh, Holland miss out this time. And Norway have failed every single time, which I'm surprised by because they've got some good players. I like Norway. They've got a decent crop of players coming through. So it's a shame to see them fail. They did have a tough all-European group, though, to be fair. So Scotland once again managed to get through to the quarterfinals, beating Albania this time. Austria beat Ghana on their way to the final. We saw Venezuela beat Chile. Ecuador beat Slovenia. Chile have failed. They're the biggest disappointment. I was expecting them to win one of them at least, but they failed in the second round or the group stage every time. Czech Republic beat USA on penalties. Italy thrashed Greece again, 3-0 hat-trick from Immobile. Turkey scraped through against Romania, and Honduras beat Montenegro. Before the quarterfinals, Ecuador beat Scotland on penalties. Austria beat Venezuela 3-1. Arnautovic with 2 goals in this one. Czech Republic cracking game. Game of the round. Czech Republic beat Honduras 3-2. And lastly, Turkey beat Italy. Italy beat Turkey, sorry, wrong way around. 2-1. And then the semi-finals, Ecuador beat Italy 2-1. That's a really good win for them. And Austria beat Czech Republic 2-1, thanks to a goal from Arnautovic. That was the winning goal in the end. Then the third place playoff, won by Czech Republic. And of course the final, won by Austria. So this is how today's video ends, with Czech Republic, Italy and Austria the big winners. I'd say Czech Republic probably their most successful team overall, a first place and a third place, with Doku winning Best Player of the Award twice. The Italians featured heavily, of course they won all 3 golden boots, they won the World Cup and finished 4th, and they were prolific in front of goal in their group stages in particular. So if you do want to see a part 2, if you want to see this built upon with more simulations, then remember to hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you found this a bit of fun. I do like this sort of thing, it's just fascinating. And I've enjoyed simulating a sort of rejects World Cup, all the teams that failed to qualify for the World Cup. But until next time, enjoy FM18, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.